Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my favorites that I've been talking about, and I cannot wait for you all to see this video. The reason I wanted to get it up for you is that way if you see something you like in this video and you want to get it, you can get it on sale during the Sephora sale. Not everything that I used in this video is available at Sephora, so if it's not, I will mention it throughout the video or put it on screen for you. A lot of these products are available, and if you're Rouge, you can get 20% off. VIB, you can get 15 and insiders get 10. I do have one more video that I will film and hopefully get up before the sale ends, and that one is just going to be testing out all the new products that I bought. One side is going to be my current favorites and one side is going to be old favorites. I'm not going to tell you which is which. You're going to just have to watch the video to find out. Everything is different. It took forever to film it because I was talking so much, but we have a beautiful look with all these different products. We're going to do a wear test and everything. So if that sounds good to you, if you're curious about my favorite products and to see how long they last on my combo oily skin, then just keep on watching. Oh yeah, I always forget this part. Don't forget to like and subscribe. When it comes to a lip mask, the Tatcha Kiss You lip mask has been a favorite for a long time, and I still use it just about every day. I rotate between the Tatcha and the Laneige. So what I'll do is just put a little bit of the Tatcha on this side, which is going to end up being my current favorites on this side, and then old favorites on this side. We just determined that. See how clear the Tatcha is? The Laneige is a little bit thicker, and depending on what color you get, they have pigment. That was the berry shade. I would say it's pretty clear. It has like a little bit of milkiness to it. I just wanted to quickly show you the chocolate version. If you put this on, it is going to be noticeably more pigmented on your lip. Those are two really good lip masks. You can't go wrong with either one. This is the old favorite when it comes to brow gel, the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I have used this product for years. This is what the applicator looks like. We're going to put this on this brow, and I have a pimple up here that I'm probably going to have to cover. It's getting on my nerves. I'm just looking at it. What I like to do is start with the comb side and brush them with it, and then turn it to the flat side to press it down. So comb, and then press. Comb, press. This one takes a little bit longer to dry down, and I have to kind of manipulate it a little bit more. I'm going to leave that alone. It looks good. I'm going to let it dry. This is the Rare Beauty. If you watch any of my videos, you know how much I love this product. This is what it looks like, and this is the spoolie. Usually we'll take this and put some on both brows with whatever's on this spoolie. So I'm going to stop with that for now. I'm going to take this Morphe brush, and it's called the M402 Brow, and it has an applicator on it, kind of like the Patrick Ta. And I'm going to use this just to brush through and try to lay it down with this instead. I don't want too much product on my brows. The Rare Beauty is excellent for not having any issues with flaking, but I honestly find that if you add too much brow gel of any type, you can have issues. I've tried several methods throughout the years with my brows, and I would say as of right now, this is my current favorite technique, and this is my current favorite brow gel. I'm going to move on to cover my pimple, and I'm just going to cover this one, but I wanted to show you my current favorite for this is the NARS Soft Matte. I have it in the shade Light 2.75 Cannelle, and I just take a very small amount on a Rose and Bend brush. What I used to use before that was the MAC Studio Finish Concealer, and it's also in like a little pot, and I have it in NW20. Either one work well. I just prefer the NARS Soft Matte. I would say foundation lays a little bit better over the NARS. I just pat it on and let it dry down. We won't touch it, just leave it alone. When it comes to an old favorite eye primer, the Rare Beauty, it's been a favorite for a long time. When it comes to eye primers, I prefer something that has a little pigment to it, that is easy to blend in, that just smooths the eyelids, extends eyeshadow wear. Like, those are the main things that I'm looking for. This one does everything so well, you can't even feel it on. So that's definitely a favorite. So far, everything that I've used, you can get at Sephora. This is something I would definitely recommend to pick up. It's not expensive, so you're not going to save a ton of money during the sale, but for me, I like to pick up just my staples that I use every day. And the other reason is because it goes out of stock a lot. It's very popular. Now, this is a new current favorite. It is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. This is not a new product, but I've just recently discovered it again. And what happened was they had it on the sale page at Sephora randomly. I just found it and I was like, you know what? I'm placing an order anyway. Let's see what I can find on the sale page. They had a ton of products on sale. I got like the Armani lipstick, all kinds of things, super cheap. This is excellent. And I probably used a little bit too much because this one is more pigmented and you don't need to use as much to get the same effect as this. So you'll see the difference once I blend it out. It's not going to cause me any issues, the fact that I used this much, but I was trying to keep both sides looking as similar as possible. But once we put on eyeshadow and everything, it won't matter anyway. I just wanted you all to know a couple things about each product, and this one is a little bit more pigmented. It's almost a perfect shade for my skin tone. Now, keep in mind, my face is not self-tanned, my body is. So if anything ever looks yellow while I'm applying it, it's okay because it's all going to come together in the end. I'm always trying to match my body. I did my self-tan on April 2nd, and today is April 8th. The only thing that I'm noticing is like right through here, it's starting to fade a little bit, and that's because I do my skincare. I exfoliate, I do dermaplaning, all that. My hands have faded a little bit, but everything still looks super good, and it's fading nicely. I'm not experiencing any like patching or flaking or anything like that. So I really do like that Dolce Glow self-tan. So I wanted to mention that really quick because that was in my recent haul video, and I wanted to kind of give you an update days later how it's still looking. Once I have the eye primer blended with the brush, I take my Real Techniques Miracle Concealer Sponge. You can't get this at Sephora, but it's definitely a recommendation. Old favorite and my new favorite. And you can see that this has a little bit less coverage, but it's still smooth. I'm just going to lightly set that down. You all know the drill. I'm still trying to use up my Jaclyn Hill powder. I'm almost done. Lightly set that down. This should not be a surprise. The Lunar Beauty Nude Prism eyeshadow palette has been a favorite of mine for years. This is the first one, and it's been used and abused. I do have a backup ready to go, but this still performs, so I don't feel the need to replace it just yet. I'm going to keep using it until I feel like it's not performing the way it used to. They're both on the older side, I guess, but I would say I reach for this more often these days compared to the Nude Prism. But either one, I'm still reaching for them all the time. Mario Ethereal Eyes. You can no longer get this one, but he did come out with the Moonlit Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette, and that one is still available. If you're wanting the same formula, I don't know. I think this is a different formula in my opinion, but it's similar. If you've wanted the Ethereal Eyes, just go to Lunar Beauty and get the Nude Prism. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to create a look on both sides that you won't be able to tell the difference. So let's get into that. Typically, if I'm trying to do a very quick eye look, I'll go for the BK Beauty 212 brush as my like transition shade brush. I'm going to start with the shade Vibes in the crease. And I'm going to try to go lightly with this because this shade is a little bit warmer than the transition shade from Makeup by Mario. Now I'm going to reach for the Nikki LaRose in 13 from BK Beauty. I'm going to go into the shade Classic and Sakura and kind of blend those two together for the outer V. And just keep going back and forth. And then once I have that done, whatever's left on the brush, I'll take it and kind of go upwards a little bit and to lift my eye shape a little bit. Now I'm going to grab the 212 again, and I'm going to go with those light shades, just kind of mix them all together, go right under the brow bone. All right, now I'm going to take the BK Beauty A504 brush and I'm going to go into Bloom For You and Sakura kind of mixed together. And I'm going to focus it mostly on my lash line out here and do the same kind of technique, but just keep it mostly at my lash line. And then I'm going to take it upwards and kind of flick it up. And basically what I'm doing is starting a little shadow wing. And don't worry if you mess up because you can clean it up. Just go with the flow, trust the process. Now I'm going to go back to the N13 with nothing on it. Make sure everything's nicely blended. Because this is starting to look a little bit too warm, I'm going to use a brown shade. It's called Moody. I'm going to take it on the Morphe M383 brush. And I'm just going to go over what we just did with the dark brown. N13, going back into that Moody shade a little bit, mixed with Classic. And I'm just going to use it right here in the outer V. It was looking a little bit burgundy, like a little bit too maroon compared to the Makeup by Mario, which is just more brown. But I like that you can build on these shadows and kind of manipulate the shade a little bit. And it never turns muddy or patchy. It's just a beautiful formula. What I'm going to do right now is jump to eyeliner. My old favorite is the Sephora 12-Hour Retractable Eyeliner in the shade Matte Brown. I'm going to take this and tightline with it, and then I'll take it above my lashes. The only thing I don't like about this pencil is that you can't really get it super sharp. I mean, you can sharpen it, but it kind of wastes the product in my opinion. So I really just like to take it, and then I'll take my winged liner brush and further blend it out. Now that I have that laid down, I'm going to take the 208 brush from BK Beauty and just kind of spread that eyeliner around a little bit. And then I kind of take this brush and extend the wing a little bit. All right, that's good for now because we're going to put shimmers and everything, but let me go ahead and do a little cleanup now so you all can really see the vision here. Now I got to pick a shimmer. I think the best option is going to be Sam, which is like a pinky toned, because there is a pinky toned one in the Makeup by Mario. So that's what I'm going to use. This is what it looks like on my finger. This is such a good formula. I'm going to take a BK Beauty 203 brush. It's just a flat kind of shader. And I'm going to use that to really perfect right here, because where my finger can get a little messy, I don't want it to go up too high. So I really just want to pack that shimmer right here. Now I'm going to take a little bit of So Icy mixed with Laura, and we're going to put it kind of closer to the inner corner. All right, now I'm just going to go into So Icy and put that in the inner corner. It's very, very beautiful. Look how just sparkly and beautiful those are. That is all for the old side. Let's move on to the new. I'm going to start with this peachy shade first. This one's a little bit lighter than Vibes, but I can build it up and make it look very similar. Just using the 212 brush. And now I'm going into the lightest shade, and I'm just going to blend that right above towards my brow bone area. Back into the peachy shade a little bit more, build it up a little. I'm going to go into this like camel brown color. We're going to build that up in the outer V. Remember, this eye was watering like crazy just a few minutes ago, so I might have a little bit more of an issue when it comes to blending, but as of right now, it seems to be okay. A504 brush, and I'm going to take the darker brown shade and a little bit of the pink, mix those together, just so I can get something similar to what I had over here. Grabbing the N13 brush again with nothing else on it, and just doing another soft blend. The M383 brush, and I'm going to grab the darkest brown from the Ethereal Eyes palette and do the same thing and start my wing. The Morphe M331, grabbing a little bit of the dark brown. Now I'm going to grab my MAC Costa Riche eyeliner. Now, of course, you cannot get MAC at Sephora in the US, but you can in Canada. MAC Costa Riche is a really good eyeliner formula. I love it. The Sephora 12-hour retractable is a very good, affordable brand, and it'll be 30% off during the sale. There's so many different shades to choose from in that formula as well, but matte brown's my favorite. I'm going to grab the 208 from BK Beauty and go into the deepest brown shade from the palette. And then we'll extend my wing. I'm going to go ahead and do a little cleanup. We're looking very, very similar. All right, NYX glitter glue. Now I'm going to go into this really beautiful pink shimmer shade. Just lightly press that down. Now I'm going to go into the lighter shade and put that in the inner corner. I will say that the Lunar Beauty So Icy shade is lighter than the shade from Makeup by Mario, but we can build it up and it looks really, really close. All right, we have two very, very similar eyes. I'm going to skip out on mascara right now for a couple of reasons. For one, my eye's still watering, and I've found recently that if I do my mascara at the end after my setting spray, my lashes stay lifted longer. Here recently, I have been doing that and loving it, so I wanted to share that. So we're going to jump into primer, and then I'll do my brows. Old favorite is the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. I have the full size that is almost gone, and then the mini size. That's how you know you love a product, when you've got multiple in your collection. I'm just going to use the full size today. I'm trying to use it up, and what I've been doing is just taking it out like this and grabbing some that way. Make sure I don't grab too much. Hourglass is available at Sephora. It's been a favorite of mine for a very long time. It definitely smooths your skin out if you have combo oily skin and you have texture. I definitely recommend this one. It's super pricey, but the mini size I believe was $24, and it doesn't take very much product to get a good finish. Remember, I did use that NARS concealer, so I'm going to try really hard to just go around that. You can still see your pores, but they're very blurred, and it just kind of helps minimize the appearance a little bit. Now we're coming into the part of the video where I want to share some things that I've realized recently. This Cali Ray So Blown Clean Blurring Primer with collagen and peptides. This does almost exactly what the Hourglass does, but I will say I have noticed that my makeup wears so much longer and just a little bit better with the Cali Ray. When I come home from working 12 hours, and even while I'm still at work, I'll notice that my makeup still looks really good. What I do throughout my 12-hour shift to contain my oil and my shine is I take the Fenty Invisimatte powder and a powder puff, like the Beauty Blender Pocket Puff or whatever it's called. I'll take that with me and keep it in my bag or in my pocket, and throughout the day or throughout the night, I will take that and touch up. Usually, I only have to touch up around midnight. That is the time that I do my lunch break. First, you have to blot your oil with a tissue or toilet paper. Get the oil off your face first, and then take the powder and just touch up with that. By the time I get home in the morning, my makeup still looks really, really good. To the point where I'm like, do I want to take it off? I need to, because I'm going to sleep. But if I don't and I wake up to go get the kids, I'm still going to look pretty decent. So there are times that I will sleep in my makeup just because I have something to do whenever I wake up in the afternoon and I still want to look put together. I have been using exclusively the Cali Ray primer ever since I realized that. I don't know, there's some type of magic in that primer, and I just had to share it with you, and I hope that we'll be able to really see it today in this video. Because if you watched my haul video, I filmed after working 12 hours. My makeup had been on for like 14 to 15 hours at that point. And my makeup did so well. This is one of the products that I think made that happen for me. I love both of these primers so much. I recommend either, but my favorite right now I would have to say is the Cali Ray. We're going to let it sit for a little bit, and I'm going to move on to brows. So for the old side, I have the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, and this one's in the shade 3. I can wear 3 or 3.5, it doesn't matter. I've used this pencil for years, and I still use it to this day. Let's take a look at my brows. This is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter side, and it still looks really good. It looks like they're just kind of frozen in place. This is the Rare Beauty side, also frozen in place, but not as laminated looking. They are a little bit more fluffy, not sticking to my skin as much. It just depends on what you prefer. I usually try to kind of line them a little bit underneath, get the shape going, and then I'll create my hair-like strokes. And we also have a brow pen that we're going to use in today's video. Just do a couple little flicks. And then we'll continue on with brow pen in a minute, but that just gives me a general base to go by, and then I can perfect it with the pen. This is the Benefit Precisely My Brow. For the new side, NYX Blade & Shade Nano Brow Mechanical Pencil, and I have it in the shade Ash Brown. I have just been obsessed with this product, you guys. It's so nice. The tip is a square, and then it turns to the side, and it looks like an actual little blade. It's perfection compared to the Benefit, which is just a very fine tip. Not as fine as this one. As long as you don't put a lot of pressure, you can create super fine hair-like strokes. And of course, it does have a spoolie side too. Okay, so brows are mostly filled in. Let's move on to complexion. For the old side, it's a classic. I'm going to shake it up real good. The Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation. I have mine in 3-in-1 Ivory Beige, which I might have to add in a little bit of the pigment. We'll see, because like I said, my tan's kind of fading a little, but I'm just going to do one pump in the palm of my hand. Let's see. I'm going to add just a smidge of the white. I'm going to use the Smashbox blurring foundation brush. I'm just going to blend in what I just put on my face first. And I just kind of stipple it around. It's a very good, reliable formula for people with combo oily skin. Now with whatever's on my hand, I'm just taking the brush and kind of coating it. I'm going to kind of pat it around. So I'm just stippling this one in, spreading the product around, and then I will take a sponge and really press it in as well. You see now I'm just blending that down into my neck. It matches really well. Just take whatever's left on the brush on your ear. You want to make sure you don't have a white or red ear if you get high blood pressure. I'm going to take the Stands Out sponge now and press everything in. There's hardly any product left on my hand, but I'm going to take the sponge and grab all the leftover product that I can, pack it into the sponge, and press it in to my skin. Around my nose is a trouble area. I always make sure that looks good and blended, and it does. That is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Looks really nice. Looks smooth. This is my new favorite, and it's not new to me, it's just what I've currently been loving. It's the Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation. It has SPF 25 in it, and I have it in the shade CN52 Neutral, which is a really good neutral shade for me. Shake it up. I have been wearing this non-stop. The mixture of the Cali Ray with this foundation has been working so well for me. Just so you all know, I have combo skin. I'm 38 years old, and I live in a climate that can't make up its mind. Let's put it like that. I live in Ohio, and we were in the 70s, we were in the 80s even last week, and tonight there could be snow. It's got down to like last night, I think the 20s, and today's the high is only like the 40s, maybe 50. Tomorrow, I think the high is 60, which is nice. I'll take 60 all day long, but it's like you never know. And it's been raining, there's been flooding, there's been just all kinds of different weather, tornado warnings, thunderstorms. We've had just about anything and everything the past couple weeks here. The other side of the stands out sponge, this part, and the leftover product, I don't need all of it because this one had a little bit more. The pump is a little bit larger on the Clinique side. I'm going to go through and press in, especially like between my brows and around my nose. Those are the areas that I usually make sure that it's pressed in really good, because those are my trouble spots. I'll have dry skin anywhere on my face except for around the crevice of my nose. Clinique side, Estee Lauder Double Wear. Both provide excellent coverage. Both give a demi matte. They're not flat matte. I promise you they're not. I don't know if this lighting will, if you'll be able to see it. Both sides look excellent. Everything blended nicely. Let's move right along. Got liquid contours. Old favorite is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand, and I have it in the shade Fair Medium. This one works really well for me. I'm going to squeeze a little to the top, not too much, and do the dot method. So I'm going to do a dot right there. The brush I'm going to use for liquid contour today is the Morphe M243. I've been obsessed with this brush, you guys. My hair gets in the way, it's all right. Let's blend out the Charlotte Tilbury with this new Morphe brush that I love. So I just do the same technique where I just kind of stipple it in place. I don't want to move this around too much because it's a contour. You want to keep it right above your ear. And then just lightly tap it and bring it down a little under your cheekbone. Not too much. You just want a very defined cheek. We will clean this up here in just a second and just lightly press around underneath that contour, and that helps as well. I'm going to take the contour wand again and just do probably 2 dots there. This shade pulls a little warm for a contour, but it works. Wiping off my Morphe brush, and now we're going to go into the new side, the Rare Beauty Liquid Contour in Solace. I love this product so much. I can't stop using it. Now, I do have another shade that I was going to return, but I think I'm going to wait and just use it in the summertime. And I have been using this on my nose too, but I'm not going to today. I want to save it for the cream. Blending out Solace. I'm going to do the same technique, just kind of pressing it, keeping it above the ear. I'm going to take my standout sponge and lightly press underneath. So gorgeous. I am obsessed with this new Rare Beauty contour. It blends beautifully. This brush from Morphe is also really good. Can't get it at Sephora, but I definitely recommend it. It blends so easily. I don't even really need to press it in with a sponge, but I'm going to a little bit. So I definitely see that the Rare Beauty, I think I went up a little higher, but I like that side better. This is my old favorite when it comes to cream bronzer. This is from Tarte. I've had this thing for so long. I use a brush from Makeup by Mario that you can definitely get at Sephora. This one is the F4 brush. I love it. It's a dual-sided cream contour blush, whatever you want to use, foundation. The bronzer is called Seychelles, and you can still get this. I'm pretty sure it's like Breezy Cream Bronzer. I'm going to take the smaller side like this. I'm going to take it and place it right above the contour. Let's see how that's just a warmer tone. Just tapping. Stippling motions help with not messing up your foundation underneath. I'm just taking whatever's left up to my forehead. And now I'm taking the other side of the brush, and I'm not going to put any product on it. I'm just going to use this to further stipple that product in, just kind of blending the edges a little bit. And then the other side is the Westman Atelier Face Trace Contour Stick. Now this is also a contour, but it pulls a little warm on me. I would say I use it more as a like bronzer, so I'm just going to take a little bit on the same brush that I wiped off, and now we're going to add this right above the Rare Beauty, which, like I said, we don't really need to, but we're just doing it since we used cream bronzer on this side. And then I'm also going to use this on my nose today because it's my favorite for nose contour. I just grab it on the brush, and we're going to do a little tiny nose contour. I have a crooked nose, so it is kind of hard to contour it, but we're going to try our best. Again, that's Westman Atelier Biscuit. For the old side, this is the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Concealer, and I have it in 21 Light Medium Neutral. I'm hoping that both of these concealers are semi-close in shade. I think they will be. We'll see. This is what the doe foot looks like. I was obsessed with this concealer. That's all I'm going to use. And like the OG brush that I used to use all the time is the Hot and Flashy from BK Beauty. I'm going to use that to blend it in. I'm going to tap this in. This concealer is beautiful. I'm going to leave that be. And then we will do our blush, and then I'll blend out creases with the sponge here in just a second, and then set. That's what I've been doing recently. All right, moving on to my new favorite. This is from Ritual Defy. This is the Soft Sorcery Weightless Serum Concealer, and I have it in the shade Spell 121, which I believe is going to be a little bit lighter, but we will see once we blend it out. Try to do about the same amount. All right, we're going to use the same brush on both sides just to make it fair. It's a little bit of a thicker formula, but I think because it is a little bit thicker, that's why it wears so well. It kind of just smooths everything out and lays nicely on your skin and kind of moves with your skin throughout the day. That's what it looks like mostly blended out, and that's what the Haus Labs looks like mostly blended out. Both beautiful. One side is liquid and one side is cream, but the Cali Ray Blurry Blush is the new one, and it kind of dries down to more of like a creamy finish, and it of course blurs and looks matte. My old favorites is from that Tarte C palette. I used to be obsessed, and what I would do is mix both shades, Pink Sky and Peach Paradise. And you'll just have to look and see if you can find them on Tarte's website. I'm not sure if you can find it at Sephora anymore, but I know they're available at Tarte. Their cream blush is just beautiful. So I'm taking it on the F1 brush from Makeup by Mario, which is available at Sephora, and it's excellent. So I'm taking both shades, and I'm just going to tap that in and try to keep it up high. Just do a stippling motion to blend it in. It's just gorgeous. I love it. It is more of like a natural finish blush, but once you add powder on top of it, it just looks smooth and perfect. So that's my old favorite cream blush from Tarte. And we're going to use the Cali Ray on this side. And what I've been doing is just putting a little bit in my hand. This is the shade Dope. The shade Zen is also very pretty, but this is what Dope looks like. And I'm taking it on the same brush, and I'm going to just pack it on the tip of the bristles here. And then I'm going to apply and do the same thing. Just kind of stipple it in. Keep it lifted. That's one light layer. This dries down to the most beautiful finish, and it literally lasts all day. All right, now I'm going to take my Miracle Concealer Sponge from Real Techniques and press in both sides. Beautiful. Now I'm going to turn the sponge around on the clean side and use it to blend the Ritual Diffuse side. I usually use my finger to blend out the Ritual Diffuse. That's been my preferred method, but either way, it's beautiful. To set my under eyes, I have 3 different powders, and the reason is the Charlotte Tilbury has been my new favorite for setting, and I like to use it first. It just does something for my concealer. So I'm going to take it on the tiny Morphe puff. I'm going to pick up just a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury powder on the tip of it. Just kind of tapping here, and then taking whatever's left. I'm setting that down. For the old side, I have loved this for years. The Hard Candy Chilling Wonder Powder. You can't get it at Sephora, of course, but hey, this used to be an all-time favorite. Like, this was all I would use to set my under eyes until I found the new one. So I'm just going to take this on the same little puff. Looks nice and smooth. I'm going to turn the powder puff around. The same technique, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury powder first. For loose powder, the Uma Beauty Trip and Smooth powder. You guys. Under eyes are set, looking really good. I will say this side looks a little bit brighter because of the difference in shade, but not terrible. For the old side, we're going to set with the Huda Beauty powder. This is in the shade Pound Cake. This is just a classic. I've loved this powder for a very long time. I'm going to take it on an Amazon powder puff. Here's the powder. It is incredibly scented, but that doesn't bother me. I just have to let you know. I usually do this technique where I kind of carve out right here first and let that kind of bake a little bit. Right here beside my nose and my upper lip. Up to about where we put the powder for the concealer. Stop right about there. Take a little bit around the brows, the forehead. Press a little here by my cheek. Now I take a powder brush and just grab whatever's left in the cap. You don't want to disrupt the cream, so just be very careful and stipple the powder around. All right, that's the Huda Beauty powder. I'm going to take my current favorite, the Nakia Joy Cosmetics. It's the Velvet Finishing Powder. She has a couple different shades now. She's got like brightening shades, but this one's just the original vanilla. Here's what her powder looks like. It has a little bit more of a yellow tone to it, but it is just translucent once you put it on your skin. I don't notice that it's too yellow or anything. It doesn't alter my foundation shade at all. This one's a little bit more finely milled, and I think it goes a little farther. Same thing, take what's left, powder brush, and just lightly stipple around your cream. This one does have a vanilla scent to it, but it smells amazing. I love it so much. All right, so that is the Nakia Joy side and the Huda side. My old favorite is the Hailey's Beauty Resculpt Smoothing Contour Powder in the shade Medium. You can see I've hit pan on this one, and I do have a backup, but this one I'm trying to use up. I've got my F14 brush that I love for powder bronzer, and we're going to use this on the old side. And I kind of just do the same technique with all of my products. I just kind of stipple them. It is a little on the warm side for a contour, so that's why I use it more as a bronzer. Right, that is all for that. Now I'm going to use the new favorite from Lancome, the Transforming Bronzer, and I have mine in the shade 3 Light Medium. This one looks a little bit warm, but it's a beautiful, soft, powdery formula. It just melts right into the skin. I have the Too Faced Cloud Crush Blurring Blush in the shade Head in the Clouds. This has been a favorite for a long time. It's so pretty. And the Morphe M202 brush, it's a new favorite for blush. It's so good. I love this formula. And this soft brush is just perfect. The new favorite is from Hailey's Beauty. It's the Repop Smoothing Blush Powder in Love Bite. And I just got this whenever I decided to purchase a full face of Hailey's Beauty from Amazon. I knew I loved their bronzer, but I had never tried the blush. And honestly, I didn't even know that they had it until I started searching for their products. And now I'm obsessed. So same brush. Let me just show you. It's the most natural powder blush that just melts right in and blurs everything and just looks so, so beautiful. And these shades are similar. I would say this one's a little bit warmer. All right, now we're going to jump into brow pens, and you all know my love for the NYX Lift and Snatch. I have it in the shade Ash Brown. I'm going to use it on the old side. We're just going to create a few more hair-like strokes. The new side is the Eye Method Hair-Like Eyebrow Pen, and I have the shade Dark Brown. It's got the precise tip, just like the NYX, or you can use the curved 2-tip, which I have used, but I'm going to try just using the precise tip today. This eye is still trying to water, hoping it won't mess up everything, but let's just continue. This one's very fine. It just makes perfect little hair-like strokes. This color is dark, but it's a little on the warmer side, I would say, than the Ash Brown. But I can create very similar brows with both products. It's a little bit more stiff than the NYX Lift and Snatch, but it's not bad. The curved side is like quick. I like to go ahead and set everything down now. My old favorite is the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is just a classic. I'm going to try really hard just to spray this side of my face. And then the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray from Charlotte Tilbury. It's one of my new favorites. And you can see how fine the mist is. I love this one so much. The old mascara favorite is from Tarte. It's the Original Lights Camera Lashes formula. I've loved this for years. I've went through several tubes and it's just a favorite. Have no fear, this is not an old tube. It's just my older favorite. I like the wand on this. It's very easy to coat all of your lashes. It's just a classic style wand. And the formula is excellent. I don't have any issues with it. I can get nice length and volume. For the new side, Fenty Hella Thick. You all should know this by now. It's my favorite new mascara and I'm obsessed. This is available at Sephora and you can get it on sale, but it is not expensive. It's only like $19 or $20. I think it was $19 and here recently, because everything has raised in pricing, they've raised it to $20, but it's an incredible formula. It does not flake, it does not transfer, and it gives very nice, full, voluminous lashes and length. So it's perfection in my opinion. This will always be my favorite lower lash mascara, the Lancome Lash Idole mascara. I'm not going to do any lower lash eyeshadow today because I want you to really see the concealer after a few hours of wear. This is just the easiest mascara. It never transfers on my lower lashes. So beautiful. The wand fits perfectly under here. It coats them very easily. I don't think this can be replaced. I just don't. My old favorite is MAC Whirl. It's been a favorite for a long, long time. It's just a beautiful mauve pink with a little bit of a brown undertone. It's just the perfect nudie color. So pretty. It's just natural. My lips, but a little better. Newer favorite is Makeup Forever in Wherever Walnut. This is a really good formula as well, in a shade that looks very similar to Whirl. I love all of these. I love Anywhere Caffeine, and it's like, can you really even tell? I think the formula from Makeup Forever is a little bit creamier, but other than that, the shade, everything looks so similar. For lipstick, an old favorite, ABH Satin Lipstick in the shade Tease. I have went through a few of these, and it's just a beautiful shade, beautiful formula. It's hard to do one side only. Okay, that's Tease from ABH. And then my new current obsession is the MAC Flesh Pot. It's the Maximal Sleek Satin Lipstick and Flesh Pot. Let's see if these are even close. They're close. This one's a little warmer from ABH. This one's a little bit more of that cool peachy tone. Love them both so much. And then for lip gloss, an old favorite is the Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss in the shade Rosy Outlook. This has been a favorite for a long time. This is what it looks like. The doe foot is very unique. It kind of curves to your lip. This is a little bit plumping, but it's not super tingly or anything. That's Rosy Outlook. And then my new current favorite is the Lifter Gloss from Maybelline in the shade Ice. I'm obsessed with this. It's so good. The Maybelline Lifter Gloss is a little bit thinner of a formula, but they both have like a cooling feeling to them. And they're both beautiful glosses. I have the face powders, like the finishing powders. My old favorite is from MAC, the Studio Fix Powder Foundation in NW22. I've used this for years. I like to use it to just further set everything down. I just bought the new one, and I bought it in N6.5, which looks to be more of my actual skin color. So I'm hoping it'll be a really good match that I can wear as a powder foundation if I want to. Just take it and further carve out my cheekbones a little bit, and then I'll take a little bit more and press through here where I have the largest pores and where I get pretty oily throughout the day. And I like to do this after setting spray. It just really smooths your skin out beautifully. The current favorite is from One Size, the Turn Up the Base Powder Foundation in Light 2N. This one's my new one. It's too light to use as a powder foundation, but I love it for a finishing powder. It's so good. I'm going to take some and do the same thing. This is the completed look. Check-in number 1. My dryer's going in the background. Hopefully it's not too loud. 3 hours in. Estee Lauder side. Clinique side. Or old favorites, current favorites. I will say I touch my head a lot. I shouldn't say I touch my head a lot, but I touch my hair a lot, and I think sometimes that's why I'll have little spots throughout this area, because my fingers or my skin touches. I think everything still looks really good. Now, I will say I notice my pores more on this side than this side already. I was having issues with this eye watering, so that's why I wanted to do my current favorites on this side, because I thought they could handle it the most. And I will say everything is holding up really nicely. I took an allergy pill, so my eyes are starting to feel a little dry, but that's better than watery, so I'll take that right now. But anyway, everything still looks really, really good. 3 hours in. I will do a touch up here in a little bit. You just wait. Stick to the end. Alright guys, I was hoping to do like a 6-hour check-in, but I knew I was going to get busy with cooking and cleaning and everything. I just wanted to come on now. It has been 8 hours. It's 8 o'clock. And I wanted to show you what I would typically look like around midnight at work. So this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear side, and this is the Clinique side. So I'm going to do the same technique. I'm going to blot, and I usually just take toilet paper, And by the way, I had to take my nails off. I'm going to redo them later. I just wanted to show you my technique, how I just touch up and how I make things last. You want to make sure you're getting all of the oil absorbed before you add any more powder. There you can see the little bit of transfer that happens when you blot. That wasn't very much transfer. Now let's do the Clinique side. I do notice that I don't have as much oil breakthrough with the Clinique side. So here we go. I didn't even feel the need to turn the tissue around. I just needed one side as opposed to this side. So there's still a little bit of shine right here. I want to blot again. Like I said, it's very important to get the oil off before you add more powder. I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Invisimatte powder. This one's brand new. This is what the powder looks like, and it comes with a little puff. And I'm just going to use this today since it's new. When I'm at work, I don't use this. I just use like my Beauty Blender Pocket Puff. But like I said, since this is new, I'm going to go ahead and use it. I have a little bit of transfer on my chin, but I think that's from eating. Look at my lip liner still hanging on. Both of those are really good, long-lasting formulas. I just use very light tapping motions with this. See, not very much transfer because we already got the oil off of our skin. I want to say it's looking a little funky where we put that NARS concealer, but other than the chin and that spot there, I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to turn the puff around. Even though there's not much transfer, I'm going to turn it to use this side on the Clinique side. Sometimes I'll take this brush and just further press it in. And this will last me another 6-8 hours, however long I need it to last. This Invisimatte powder really helps hold everything in place. And yeah, I love it. So I just wanted to share that with you. We got a good 8-hour wear test today. If I'm able to pop in some footage at the end of the night, I will. But I think we're going to just kind of call it here. And trust me, these products last. I don't ever see these favorites changing. I've tested them many times, and they are combo oily skin approved, and I definitely recommend everything in today's video. Let's go finish the night.